Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of Manga Hell. And today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of Four Nights of the Apocalypse. Chapter 44, The Lost Children. The Lost? I get that Percival and the gang are more in that, technically not a child, though they are in their, young adults more accurate to say, but I'm kind of surprised they're being referred to lost children since they know where they are. Hell, their trap or where they're supposed to be lost is what they were planning for. It's a bit weird they're being referred to lost children. But, anyways, what can we do? Let us go into this chapter to see why exactly they're called lost children. So, anyway, the first page we got is Donnie pouring Anne some tea while he's seemingly either purposely missing or just accidentally missing. Seeing the cup as it is spraying on Anne's hair as she seems to be complaining as Percival is stuffing his face full of cakes and lickables as Anne as Nonzians is slowly drinking it and noticing how much that is missing right now. And again, we have Anne in the dress this time. It even makes it even more apparent how much of a gap there is between her original appearance and the current one. Like, Jesus Christ, you wouldn't even guess they're the same person here. So yeah, anyways, let's get into the proper chapter. So now we have Donnie and Percival are healing up from their battle against Elgin. As Percival's like, phew. As the main Percival's like, heal, heal, heal. As Donnie's like, oh. Then we have Anne being like, well, we beat one of them. As Nas like, but three to go. Boy, what a slug. I guess they're even acknowledging now, like, oh my god, this is gonna be a lot more difficult than we expected it to be. Then we have Don being like, if you had that fancy medicine, tell us, man. Which might be actually what some of the fanbase were saying afterwards. I don't know, I haven't seen much. Granted, the Full Nuts to the Apocalypse fanbase isn't as big now as it, let's say, with Saturday. Actually, I don't think Saturday Six even had a big of a fan base on Reddit than other states like Macadamia and Black Clover, but yeah. So as Don is a bit reacting to it and saying what people would say, give everyone that ability. As Percival is then like, right, it would be easier for all of us if we had some of that horn, which is true. As Don is then like, yeah, you're so mean. Which kind of funny how Don is like appearance wise probably like the most adult one, yet he kind of talks like the younger one, or like Percival is the youngest in terms of personality and the way he speaks, but Don is also like I would say the set right behind him. So as we have Nas be like, sadly, it won't work that way. Before I can administer a drug, I need to examine it for side effects. And ugh, as we see, Nonsense fall on the ground as Percival like Nonsense. As then we have Nonsense dropping his briefcase as well as trying to tremble a bit. It's like so it vastly expands your power and your ability, but causes intense fatigue afterward. So yeah, I guess that's the side effect of the ability. Like it's good power boost, but it's the after effect that's a problem. Which in this situation would be a very big issue because there's still three more to fight. So anyways, then we have Buster be like, there you see, you shouldn't pass it on me first. Wasn't I your gay big Nazians? Which is referring back to when they first met where Percival was where now they basically use Percival as his guinea pig. So then we have asking to herself, well, to them, like, what kind of relationship is that? Which is true. Like a guinea pig is usually the one you torture, not where someone you're best friends with. So as there, if Nelson's blushing again, he's like, that was a figure of speech. I didn't, no, mean it. And she starts like murmuring because he doesn't like when he's kind of like shy, kind of like I think not even sad. He was kind of like a girl. Well, afterwards, so it gotta make sense that we're going back to that kind of thing. So yeah, either the person was gonna end up with Anne or Nazians, one of the two essentially. And you told me, Nicholas, which one ship do you pick? As then we have Sin being like, forget him, Percy. Yes, because that's one of your comrades we're gonna be using again in your battles. Sure, forget him, Sin. Although I guess since Personate is supposed to be more the douchebag mentor, so I guess it makes sense. So they simply like explain that for me. As they're all turning aside, as we see the branch that's been cut off, as we see mini Percivals flying up, as we see them carrying Elgin cut and defeated. Which some of you actually said that he might still come back, which makes sense in my opinion, because how powerful these knights are gonna be. But I guess not. I guess he's still able to. I guess he didn't die. He was just knocked out basically. At least I think he was knocked out. We'll get to it later, in a few pages there. So anyway, since then, like, why are you helping the enemy? As a way of Percival being like, but Sin, it's not nice to kill. Again, being like the child here. And she's like, stop being so damn soft. They are all aiming for your life here, which is true. They are all trying to kill him. Like, the other three are. Alright, the other three, if they escape, no biggie. But if Percival escapes, that's the biggie, and they have to kill him. So anyways, then we have simply like, we won that fight because he underestimated us, just like I predicted. But if we let him live, we will pay dearly for it next time. To be fair, Sin, in the manga tropes is the fact that the heroes usually get way, way, way stronger than their actual current opponent. I mean, have you seen Blue Note from Fairy Tail? The guy completely washed the floor with Natsu, but then when they fought again, he got wrecked by Natsu. So that's actually makes sense. So I don't really think he'll be making a problem. If anything, he'll probably be used to show off that previously it took all four of them to defeat him, but now one of them can one shot him or something. So yeah. Then we have simply like, or do you think they'll have a change of heart if you show them some pity? Mangaka, so it kind of goes that way. It's a 50-50 split, honestly, not saying if we're being here honest. So we didn't have Percival be like, no, no, I don't, but I don't want to kill no matter who it is. So yeah, I guess Percival right now has a kind of like a Batman type of thing mentality where I don't care who you are, I'm not killing you. Although technically Percival did kill Talisker, unless if he's still alive, but I think Talisker is supposed to be taken as dead, so I guess maybe that's something Percival got now? I don't know. I mean, it's not like it's been like dressed by anyone. Like Talisker was mentioned only that he failed against them, but it was not said that he died. So maybe he's alive somewhere. We just don't know. So, anyways, then we have simply like poof, what a mark, which is I guess referring to the wounds that Alien has. Then we get to a shot of his of front of his face. That that part that was cut in the last chapter by the gang. First of all, on Engen's face as we see him. He's still conscious, a bit bloody, but he seems to be a bit pissed off this, like, kind of. I guess he has a bit of a shame, feels a bit shame now. Not only that he's the first one who got taken down, not only that he fold for the trap, headline sinker, but now they're even like taking pity on him basically. So, as anyways, then we have the main person following him on the rock. I see, like, oof. I'm not sure if that means that he's gonna be out of the battle now, or if he's gonna come back later. But anyways, it's like better pray our next pursuer is as stupid as this one, which is a bit true. So we have a pursuer being a bit like determined there, as then we get to a bit of a show of the trees, as then we have Percival. In that case, if they can't find us, we are safe. As then we have Percival grabbing everyone and then just going straight for the forest. As Don's like, dude, we are going so fast. Why didn't we just do this first? Which is, I feel like, something people would have mentioned. But anyways, then we have the horse that and brought being like, this is sweet, boss. As then Anne's also like, now we can shake them off. So yeah, then we have as it's been like, this is crazy. First of all, taking all of us this far takes up too much magical force. As Percival is like, I am fine. So they finally address the amount of magic Percival has, which, to be fair, I do feel like Percival does have a lot more than a normal person does. Or at the very least, you have to get to the top tiers before you get someone who actually has more. So I could see him using a lot so he can use a lot, but I feel like because of the number and the speed he's going, and that's the problem here. So yes, anyways, we have then seen this point with Nauseance is right, you're already slowing down. You ought to stop here just to keep a minimal of magic. So yeah, I guess it's like, alright, you need at least a little bit magic so we can fight here. So as the anyways the person will be like, but they'll catch up to us then. As then we have simply like, nah, they are gonna either way. As person takes a note of that as Nine gets like a shiver down her spine, is like, huh? Nowhere, two magic forces both speeding towards us? I guess that means two of the dark talismans are coming. So they all turn around to see, as then we see like the horse hoofs, as they're and some of them are like, must have noticed Elgin got beaten. I guess that's Sin. Oh, the noise. Who cares? So anyways, then we have if the horse been like, we have someone be like, but how can they make a beeline for us in this forest? The only way is if they are flying like we are. And then we see a flying horse. And there's something like, here they come. It's in like turns around, opens his eyes like, it's and starts like, huh? Is it yes, like it's a flying horse. I'll be taking more notice of the fact this horse has 8 legs instead of no traditional 4. But yeah. So yeah, we see this horse, and this horse kind of looks a little bit more epic with the extra legs that make it more goofy, in my opinion. We see that barbarian kind of looking, the magic knight of Camelot, as well as the very impractical female magic knight. Well, not magic knight, the knight of Camelot, both on that horse. I guess they grouped up together the after to not repeat Elgin's mistake or something. I don't know really. So anyways, then we have the barbarian being like, "This is Sleipnir, my beloved mount granted by King Arthur. It can gallop on land, sea, or air." I guess he's gonna be a nice man and explain to us what exactly his horse is flying, basically. So anyways, then we have Saint being like, it's another mystical beast like Cinerus. Arthur gives his knight minions beasts and magic gear and such. As Nauseans is like, you know a lot about them. So yeah, I guess someone probably knows or the fact how much Sin knows because it's got like I feel like some things are easier to know, but specific things like magic items and the beasts are kind of weird. Like that's things you know. Now again, there are multiple theories about that. Either full member of the Office Knights, maybe go for gave him the information. I don't know really. But we will have to. But there's nothing too discriminate to give us a hint to it. So then we have the impractical outfit wearing female knight being like, ah, that's the knight and his friends. Then uh, she's like, I knew Elgin's Bavara would be his aunt. Do you think he's still alive? Unless if you guys go off screen, but I don't think so. You did. But anyways, is there if the rest of the guys be like, he's crap. He's catching up. Then we have the impractical wearing female knight being like, Fiddy warn us not to trifle with them, even if they are little kids, which is their boss basically. But we understand, yeah, that this female knight really has impractical armor. Honestly, those like little holes that are supposed to be at the end of her finger is supposed to be something else, but no, like it's very impractical, honestly. So, anyways, then the Sylveon horse finally passes them as the female completely stands up, as person like so fast or something like so fast. Then we get a backside of the female knight and her ass, obviously. And she's like, Staff of the Four Elements, I command thee, bring forth, as we see a special attention to that magic item and that staff they have, which is something they actually did mention about them. Now, something I should also mention is there was actually a demon in the first four nights of the Saturday Six movie who had all 4 elemental powers like wind, rock, fire, water. So I do wonder there's some connection between that and this female one because she has another star has a similar ability. But I guess it's just a stereotypical thing to have. Like you have a character with 4 elements, so maybe Like I just want to use it properly in the story. Oh, by the way, the stuff looks like a kind of looks resembles Riddler stuff from the Riddler when he has like that question mark on it, but together like more of a full circle bit. And it has like something that's supposed to represent a rock that kind of looks more like a crystal to me. So it's supposed to represent fire, something that's supposed to represent water, something to represent wind. But yeah, that's it about it. As now she has wind cycles, as we see her creating cycles. No, I do have to wonder if these cycles are gonna be if this stuff has a limit to like all they can do is like one elemental attack, but it's not like something like you can do whatever with the element, just like one specific thing. Like wind cycles is the only thing she can do because these wind cycles resemble that thing that's on her on the staff of the four elements, so I do wonder about that, but maybe we'll see. I guess she's the magic caster of the group, which is gonna be like a standard magic caster versus knight type of thing with Anne. The other person swinging like, oh yeah, as he tries to dodge all those wind cycles, and as he successfully does, by the way. Then we have Percival go through the determination as he's like, as says like, Percival, dodge them, bring us down, your magic force can't hold on. As Donnie also holds up to his hand, is like screaming, ah! As Dad just kind of notice things and try to like kind of block it or something. Oh no, we block it. Just like, oh no, a bit cover. Then we have the impractically dressed female and be like, staff of the four elements, I command thee, bring forth, as then we see like a bit of a destruction, like something decaying or something, I don't know really. Or something being like created, I guess it would be more proper. Sand wall, as she had created like a giant like a sand structure. I suppose it's not something rock like rock wall, but I guess sand is about the same thing. So yeah, they have Percival and Donnie like as Percival makes combines that like thing he was using to fly into like this giant his hat chibi Percival hat like bounce off it, like just hit but then it bounces down. As then we have Percival like look out as he's trying to get drained, it's like and then we have like Percival kind of like doing that thing, you're fainting to sleep basically. As he starts to fall down, it sounds like Percival! But luckily that magical barrier thing is still intact, so it just kind of bounces through the benches until they fall down. Boing, 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 and they're falling down. As then when they're flowing up in it pops as they all fall onto the ground. Percival fall on a bit of like a gap while the other ones fall completely down. The horse actually hurt himself. I got like a little bandana over it. But not Donnie obviously falling his head as Percival was in the ground as Nonets looks up to him and Percival and like I guess kinda like oh that hurt my butt. Essentially what I can tell. So anyways then we have Donnie be like, whoa, Percival, you okay? Koof, ha ha. As Aaron Nonets be like, Percival can't fight any longer. We have to weather this alone. So I guess Percival's not gonna be participating in a battle right now. Surprising. Then we have Anne being like, but you're just as exhausted as he is. So I guess Percival and Nauseans are gonna not participate in this battle, or they're gonna have very minimal participation at least. Surprising, but alright. So anyways, they have Percival be like, I cut up you up to the I cut you up in this. I have to do this. Which that's the typical feeling guilty type of thing in Shonen where the main character is like, I brought you all here. I have to do this for you guys' sake. Then we have noticing a bit noticing a bit of the character development as we have the as the, and then it gets a sword ready. The as well as Percival, Donnie's getting still back up. As Nazians looks at them, as then we see the barbarian's feet. As at the final page of the chapter, we have the barbarian be like, Knight of the Apocalypse and his friends, I will take all of your hats. So I guess unlike Elric who would have at least allowed them to escape the ones who on the knight, this barbarian is gonna kill all of them. With the female knight just being next to him. Now I'm not sure if the female is gonna participate in this battle, it's still gonna be like a 1v4, or maybe she's gonna like intervene in the middle of the portion if it's gonna start looking bad for him. But we'll see. So anyway, something I have to imagine is that this barbarian guy actually looks like an older and more muscular form that a steel masked guy. I wonder if there's some relation of that is him. I don't know really. We don't really focus on him that much. Like this is the most proper that we had on him. Like the female knight was at least kind of like shown multiple times, and her mortality is still a mystery. In all honesty, so we'll see what that is going on. Although it's kind of funny, it seems like Donnie and Anne may be the ones who are going to participate the most in this fight. But we'll see. So, anyways, this is it for the chapter. There will be a break next week because of New Year's Eve and Christmas and all. So no chapter. But yeah, I do wonder where this is gonna be going here. Get here in this battle. Like, is it gonna be Anne and Donnie versus this giant guy with Percival and Nazian's Barbarian to help them? I don't know, but I'm excited to see it. So anyways, I hope you guys leave your comments and thoughts on this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And that's it. I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.